Okay, if you were absent when we started our 7th grade expository writing process from the first day, today we are going to cover prompt deconstruction. So what I need for you to know on this first page is I want you to write that I could be tested on any information in this packet, which is why it's very important that if you're absent that you take these notes on your page. So I put a little bubble around that. I want you to write your name and your teacher on your packet. Okay, so I also want you to go down to the bottom and to highlight that for this packet, your notes should be accurate. So they're accurate and precise. They're big because you need to write clearly enough that you can read and review your own notes, and they need to be colorful. Use multiple colors and specific colors when necessary. So, back to the page. An expository essay is an essay that is going to ask you to explain something. An expository essay asks you to explain something using examples. And this is what you're going to be tested on in 7th grade. So now open your packet to the first page. This is step 1, pre-writing. So I want you to write down that this is what you will see on the STAR test. So there are 3, this is your pre-writing page. This is what you will receive when you are writing an expository essay. So there's 3 things on this page that we are asked to do. First, we are asked to read, we're asked to think, and we are asked to write. So we're going to highlight, we're asked to read, we're asked to think, and we're asked to write. So it says to read the following quotation. Here's our quotation. And it says, instead of agonizing about the things you can't change, why don't you try working on the things you can change? And that was said by Mrs. Galley in Drums Girls Dangerous Pie. So what we are going to do is we're going to think about this and we're going to hashtag it. So I want you to think for a minute and write a hashtag of maybe a paraphrase in your own words or what this makes you think of. Okay? So this makes me think of focusing on the positive. So I'm going to hashtag that quote that I think it reminds me to focus on the positive. So then after I've read that and I've hashtagged it, I've thought about it, I'm going to check that off, that I've done that. Number 2 asks me to think. And it asks me to think about the following statement. Your mind is always something you can change. Your mind is always something you can change. So I'm going to hashtag this. What does this make me think about? Okay, this makes me think about having a positive mindset. This makes me think of having a growth mindset that we talk about in school sometimes. It also makes me think of Drums Girls' Dangerous Pie, because Stephen changed his mind about how he was going to view his family situation. So anything that this makes you think of, you're going to hashtag it and write yourself some notes. So after you've thought about that statement, you're going to check it off that yes, you've read the quotation and thought about it. You've read the think statement and you've thought about it. The next thing you're going to do is I want you to use a highlighter to draw a line between number 2 and 3. The reason is because everything above this point is put there for a reason. Number 1 and number 2, so I have number 1 and number 2, are there to get my, they're supposed to get me thinking, my mind to start working, okay? And I want you to write this, that is in my intro or my, all right. So I've also divide this line because now, and I want you to draw a big box around it, put stars, to realize that this is the important thing as my prompt. Number 3, this right state, I'm going to add above this, I will. So I know that I will write an essay having a positive mindset. Okay? So this is my prompt. I will write an essay having a positive mindset. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to write an essay positive mindset. Well, now what I'm going to ways I'm going to do this. First of my 4 boxes. And I want you to go ahead and trace these with your highlighter because these boxes are not paper for you, even though they are in this one, so I want you to practice writing them. The prompt into, and I'm going to use, so I'm going to turn the prompt into a question. So they're asking me to meaning the importance of having mindset. You would turn that into a question. Write an essay, importance of having a positive mindset. Why is it important to have a positive? So my first would be turn the prompt into a question. My prompt was write a positive mindset. So now I'm going to turn that prompt into a question. Why is it important to have a positive mindset? So the next thing I'm going to is I'm going to make of reasons that answer the question. So my question is, why positive mindset? So now I'm going to make a list that, so let's answer this question to have a positive mindset. Pause the video and try to, why is it important to have a positive mindset? So you might have said something to have a positive mindset. Why? To help to have a positive mindset is improve your health. Another reason could be to move forward in life. Another reason why it might be to be successful. So there's many reasons why it's important to have a positive mindset. So you're going to list as many as you can. And you're going to move on to box. Your title of box 3 looks box number 1 here, plus, which is here, equals box number, which is what you're going to write in here, your idea. And you'll notice that here, controlling idea. Page 3 of this packet will have more about controlling. So your controlling idea is going to be the last sentence of your intro when once you start drafting your essay. So my controlling idea is box plus box 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take box 1, answer it with 2. Right now I want you to circle the 2 reasons that you think you could prove using examples. You would say, it is important to have a positive mindset, blank and blank. This is going to be your first reason that you chose from box number 2, and this is going to be your second reason that you chose from box number 2. So this is going to be reason, and this is going to be reason 2. Let's review. Box 1, 2, make a list of reasons that answer the question. Box 3, write your controlling idea by combining and answering it with 2 reasons. Box 4 is going to examples, and this is where you go to your archives. So I want you to write a T-chart, or draw a T-chart. Put your reason 1 here and your reason 2 here. Because you can move forward in life, be successful. So my reason 1 is forward, reason 1, and 2 is to be. Under these I'm going to write HELP. Now if I remember from my archives, H stands for history, E stands for entertainment, L stands for literature. So, because it helps you move forward in life, I have to explain that using examples, because this is an expository essay. So, for my example, you have to have a positive attitude forward in life. Stephen from Dangerous Pie. For a long time, a negative mindset, and he was only worried about himself, and he was thinking of all the bad things that were happening to him. He couldn't move forward. It was like he was just stuck in this hole of despair. I'm going to circle because that's the example I'm going to use, that a positive mindset will help you. And I'm going to Girls Dangerous Pie. Okay? Now, for my be successful in life, a positive attitude, I'm going to also go back to something read in literature, circle L again, and I'm going to police stop changed this teenager's life. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because the teenager in the police stop that changed the teenager's life, I can't exactly remember his name. I think it was Jordan, but I'm going to have to go check my archives and to use him because he had a positive attitude, and instead of just giving up on his job he decided to walk in mindset. He was an officer and was given a bicycle, his job, and his job is causing him to be a successful contributor to society. And so I'm going to say that his positive mindset, part of his success mindset, and kept going. So now what I'm going to write about, because I know examples from help. This decode of the prompt really helps me exactly what my essay. So you should have now you should have your expository writing process page. And I did forget to mention that my examples, that I'm going to use my archive examples, and that my archives are about history, entertainment, literature, and personal. Okay? So I have my title page, and I have the inside page filled out. And then we will be focusing in more on our controlling ideas and all the parts that our essay needs to have.